All right, guys, for those of you with us, thank you for being here. It is Sunday morning here at Circuit of the Americas. We are in the TechSport Racing paddock and inside their rig, their carrier office combination all in one, I figure. We are with the co-drivers of the number 23 white and red Nissan Z GT4. We've got Bryan Heitkotter and Tyler Stone with us. I know you guys are very, very busy race day. Again, early this morning. Thank you for taking a few moments to talk.
Absolutely.
Yes, thanks again. I was thinking a few questions about the car, but also the race that y'all had so far. In y'all's opinion, you know, this is the Z's first year back to American racing in just a little bit of time. So we're happy to have them back. For you guys, I mean, you guys obviously have this seat with this amazing car, at least for us and for the enthusiasts. How did the opportunity present itself to be as part of TechSport and with the Nissan team engineers?
Well, you want to start? Yeah, I'll jump in on that. Obviously, you know, I've had a long history with racing Nissans, which I'm, you know, very privileged to have because of the unique way that I got into racing through GT Academy, which, you know, took people with no real life racing experience, you know, no money to speak of to get into racing, and gave us the opportunity to pursue that dream. So I was racing with Nissan since 2011. That kind of stopped about 2017 in North America, and I kind of figured like the day that the Proto Z was revealed on the live stream, I was watching it and I was thinking like, I wonder if Nissan's gonna go racing with this car. You know, it's a new car, like we want to build some excitement around it. So at the time I was racing with Chris Forsberg, the drifter, and you know, he and I have been working together for a couple of years, and so through him I was able to secure an opportunity to test the new Z GT4 at Las Vegas at SEMA. And the test went really well, and conversations got started and everything. And so here I am in TechSport, racing the Z GT4, and I'm just thrilled to be back behind the driver's seat and
probably
racing again.
try to leave it in as long as you can. But
It's pretty awesome. So as early as November, you got some wheel time even to kind of experience it. That was during the debut in Las Vegas. The GT4 debut, I think, happened at SEMA.
Yeah,
So that quickly.
Yeah, the test was actually a couple days before the official unveiling and announcement on the SEMA show floor. It's kind of a private test, obviously, and several drivers and teams were sampling the car.
Oh wow! I'm glad you guys got it all. You know, this is the first team
that's a really great skill
in the U.S. to have this car.
It can compensate for a lot of
Very cool.
issues. You know,
Yourself, opportunity.
I started out club racing back in, I guess, 2010, and got a few opportunities to run in other series with IMSA series, and made a lot of connections through the years in and out of the paddock.
Yeah, was it like a transition?
Started in
It wasn't like
2013
standing
in
water
that series,
stuff
and
like that. It was
through the connections, we had another friend of mine that's in the paddock now. He told me about this opportunity and connected Kevin way back when they first started the Talk at Nissan.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was going to be able to work out. And I remember I was sitting at dinner on Wednesday night, and they were testing it.
They'll fix the car.
And they tested that day. And I got a call from Kevin. That
Well,
night.
I gotta be down there.
I didn't answer the call because I was like, because we had been having a conversation about me coming and testing with him, and so he called me and he said, I need you at NOLA tomorrow.
I gotta
And
be down there for TC.
I said,
we're all good.
And being from Birmingham, Alabama, I just jumped in the car.
Fine
Pretty
grips,
close,
yeah.
and got there that
We'll leave you in
afternoon.
as long as we can.
Thursday afternoon,
It
I
won't
was able
take
to
too much
test
risk though.
for
With the window.
for a
I'm
session.
afraid of the yellows and all that
my-
other stuff. Well, my goal is to get you at least halfway through the pit window, and then have to make. There's only really 2
They
laps.
provided me the opportunity.
Then we're halfway
provided
through.
me to
Then
jump on after
I got like
that.
2 more laps to get
Yeah, and so,
changed.
you know, first of all, I'd like to thank TechSport, Nissan USA, and NISMO for this opportunity. It's very, what's cool and unique about this opportunity too is not only are we racing the car, but we're also developing the car.
Yeah.
Because we still have all the engineers from Nissan and NISMO here at every race with us, and along with the TechSport engineers, and so we're constantly trying to improve the platform. It's been a fun experience so far. And it's really neat to watch all those guys work, because they're talking back and forth across the seas, because they're testing and racing 2 more of these cars in Asia. So.
Oh, right. That part of like Super GT, you mean, or another
GT4.
The GT4. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't get caught up on that one. In Japan, okay. Getting into the action that's happened this weekend, I know I took some notes here regarding qualifying. Oh, sorry, even practice. I know practice track times was around the 2:19s area, and then getting into qualifying, you had a over 3 seconds saved. You're just under 2:16. You're at 2:15.97. Any type of adjustments that y'all made between practice and qualifying at all that helped with that advantage that you found? Or?
Well, I think a lot of that time difference between practice and qualifying was going out on low fuel and qualifying on sticker tires, and it was a cool morning, so track conditions were pretty good.
It was cool.
The power was making good power, so you kind of put all that together, plus the improvements and adjustments we've been making to the car throughout practice sessions leading up into qualifying. It just kind of all comes together, and qualifying is always when you set the fastest laps in the race week, and as long as it's not like a wet session or something like that.
I see. Yourself?
Well, typically, and I don't know what it is, but I don't qualify as well as I race for some reason. That's just been a hurdle I've been trying to overcome through the years.
Okay.
But for example, in race 1, it kind of paid off, because there was just a wad of cars that in turn 1.
Especially turn 1.
I don't know how many I counted. It was 6 or 8 wide going into turn 1. Cars everywhere, and so I saw it starting to occur. Was able to go wide. The 22, Colin Harrison, in the 22 also saw it, and both went wide right. And I still almost. I mean, I have to go back and look at the film, but it was pretty close to McLaren when he got hit. And anyway, that's just something that I have to get over. But then throughout the race, it seemed like the car, once the tires level out and get in your groove, it seemed like my pace was actually picking up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the pace falls off depending on the tire configuration and things like that, and track conditions. But I just felt really uncomfortable. At that point. So.
That's good. I mean, you're right. That first, just that pack that are just, that's very wide at turn 1. The amount of chaos that could happen.
Yeah.
I think someone called it chaos corner yesterday, something like that. So.
Well, the track is, say, this wide
Mhm.
going into turn 1, and when you come out, it's this wide.
Yes.
So, and it narrows back down, and everybody's trying to go in. It's and there's not really, you can't, if you try to dive bomb and correct on all the, you feel different. But if somebody, if you see wide cars going wide, especially going to the inside and trying to cut that corner, the turtle is so big, you can't do it. And so you almost have to park it and turn because traffic's coming around.
Wow.
And I think that was one of the causes of some of the contact yesterday.
I see. Well, you did mention race 1. Obviously the action that was happening in race 1. I understand that there was a mechanical issue yesterday. However, I do see the car's back on the ground. Seems to have been addressed. I know race 2 is actually happening very shortly here, so I know I need to get you guys on the back on in the paddock here. Any feelings about this race up ahead that you have this morning? I know it's a little rainy.
That's the interesting element right now. Is it's kind of drizzly, and then it stops, and then it drizzles some more, and then it stops. And so the ground here in the paddock is damp. It's not puddled.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what track conditions are when we get out there, whether we need wet tires or dry tires or what's going on. So that's kind of what's on my mind starting the race.
Yeah.
Just go from there. I mean, I love changeable conditions. The struggle is always choosing the tire for the conditions. You don't know what's going to happen.
So just because it's wet doesn't necessarily mean we need the rain tire. Because you can have the dry line, but you need to make sure that the line can change for sure in the rain, especially if it's wet and you're on slick.
Yeah.
And then if you go with a rain tire and it's just drizzling like Ron was talking about, with the tire wear, those tires are designed to run wet.
Okay. Right. To go the full hour on the wrong tire, perhaps. What's the first half versus second half? However, the weather changes.
You can get too much heat in those tires, and when it's not wet.
Oh.
So sometimes going down the straight, for example, I never really understood this in my younger days, but when you see guys racing in the rain and they're going along, and then all of a sudden they're in a dry line, but they're on rains, and so they shift over and get in the wet, and they go through.
Oh wow!
Pull the tires down.
That's
Bryan can probably he's raced a lot more in the rain.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
You're exactly right.
I hadn't seen that. Yeah.
So if people do go out on rain, then you'll see them come off the dry line,
Coming off the line, get into some water,
cool, go back into the dry line.
strategy, or just different tire life.
I mean, there's Bryan, if there's the changeable conditions. I mean, your braking, your turn in, your exit, your throttle input on exit, all those things change.
Yeah.
We have some settings to help with that, but it's still a lot of the drive.
Adapt,
Up to the drive.
adapt and overcome. I guess those scenarios.
Right.
It's that's where y'all's training comes in. Obviously, years of experience and being drivers. All right. Well, I mean, I know it's about that time. Yes, exactly.
We got to do a driver change practice, and then the car gets free in 15 minutes. So.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for your time on this morning.
Absolutely.
I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
Of course, you guys, everybody watching on the podcast, we all wish you the best of luck. Guys, if you like online, I've been Bryan Heitkotter, Tyler Stone, co-drivers of number 23, Nissan Z GT4. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
No
so much.
problem.
Yeah, good.